Hello and welcome back to the old school Ironman. Last time I trained up my agility up to level 96 at the Hallowed Sepulchre, picked up all the unique items except for the Ring of Endurance and the nice fancy Dark Graceful. Now I want to go ahead and actually use this Graceful, and I thought of a really cool activity I can do, and that is Herbivore. As per the name, Herbivore drops herbs. Also, it's a hunting activity, so you're training Hunter, and Hunter is my lowest skill right now, so I want to train it up as it's now probably the limiting factor to me max. This is also like a 3 birds, 1 stone sort of moment. I can A, bank up some Herblore experience, B, I'm getting Hunter levels, and C, because this activity is on Fossil Island, I'm actually going to be motivated to get my birdhouse runs done every single hour. And I got a lot of toad flax in the bank, and I don't have a lot of nests, so this will really help me out. Looking at the banked XP calculator, I currently have 2.1 million Herblore experience banked, and level 99 requires another 750k. But that does assume the fact that I use all 4,000 toad flax to get 742k, and that's definitely not happening. And also using up every dwarf weed potion with Wines of Zamorak to get ranging potions and another 390k experience. So really, I think my true banked is probably closer to the 1.5 million range. And the goal for this episode is going to be trying to bank out 99 Herblore via birdhouse runs, herb runs, kingdom, and herbivore. Herbivore is pretty simple. You just follow the tracks along the map. It's honestly probably one of the most reclined activities that old school has. It's like the perfect thing to do while watching Netflix. You can even like multi-skill during this, but I'm not a big fan of multi-skilling. That would be like alching while doing this. If I get bored enough, I'll probably alch while doing this. But eventually, once you go around, you'll get to the point to where you can attack the tunnel. The herbivore will spawn. You can harvest it. Boom. You get some herbs. This went into my open herb sack, so I got 1 guan leaf and 1 snapdragon from that kill. On average, I should anticipate getting about 350 Herblore experience banked, and I never thought I'd say this, but like kind of one of the nice things here is that toad flaxes are not on the drop table, so I won't get to the point where I'm needing more and more and more brews. As this is an activity where you're constantly running around, I'm definitely going to be upkeeping the staminas, drinking them every 2 minutes. Eventually, I'll figure out how many staminas I'm bringing in my inventory, but until then, we're just going to figure it out. I've only ever done this on leagues. I got the 500 herbivore task done on 3 separate accounts across all the leagues. So I've definitely done this before, and I've done it to a large quantity, but I haven't done it when I don't have unlimited run. So that'll be interesting. It's time for the first birdhouse run. I'm about like 35, 36 minutes into this. And I've gained myself 122k experience, 160k per hour. So not too shabby. On the kills per hour front, it looks like it's going to be around like 65 kills per hour. And then every time I go to do a birdhouse run, I'm just going to empty out the sack. You can see here, like, apart from the guams, I pretty much have like between 5 and 10 of each herb. I think that will be about like 10,000 herblore experience, so it's essentially like doing another herb run. But I can just quickly empty it, grab my hammer and chisel for those, and we get to do another birdhouse run. Every time I run out of volcanic ash, what I do is I'll do a birdhouse run, and then I'll come mine here for the 50 minutes or so that it takes to have the birdhouse runs complete. And if I look at my timer for birdhouse runs, they're ready in basically 2 minutes. So I think I'll get up to 2,000 here, and that'll be a nice round number. With 50 ash turning into 60 ultra compost in the big bucket, and the fact that 60 ultra compost goes to 120 with the bottomless compost bucket, I essentially now have close to 5,000 ultra compost buckets, and I'm really hoping that that's going to last me forever and I don't have to come back here. Having high mining level helps because I seem to get 5 ash on every swing whenever I'm successful on that. I always wondered why people went to the maple trees for favor instead of coming to the teak trees. The teak trees have like a considerably higher success rate, and every time you chop a log, it's a guaranteed +1 favor. But if you chop maple logs, it's only a 50% chance of getting that +1 favor. So I want to say like chopping teaks has to be like half as much time as chopping maples. And you can do it as soon as you've done Royal Trouble, which is the second quest. And I think most people that do Kingdom are doing that second quest. But I let my Kingdom go down very low while I was playing RuneScape 3. And even when I came back, I didn't check it right away. And when I eventually did come back, the coffer was at 20k and the approval was at 25%. So even though this has probably been like 3 or 4 months of Kingdom, I have absolutely zero faith in the amount of resources that has been collected. Let's see, I have it on 10 herbs and 5 maple logs. Here's a list of what the subjects have gathered. Honestly, that's better than I thought it was going to be. Looking at the banked XP calculator, I'm 720k away when I come here. And I want to say this is probably going to be like 200k, maybe 250k experience, plus once I farm up some of these herbs, maybe another like 10k on there. So I'll see what the banked XP calculator says when I get back to the bank. Reloading the banked XP calculator in the bank dropped it from 720k all the way up to 534k. 92 Hunter, the first level gained. It's going pretty well. I'm 191, I guess, kills or hunts in. And I'm enjoying it. Just been watching some movies. This is a very good Netflix recline gamer sort of skilling method. And I haven't missed a birdhouse run yet. In fact, the next one is in 14 minutes. And while I'm doing all these herb runs, I got the Addis plant going. While the Addis plant is going, my yield is increased. So I should get about 5% more herbs, which would be really nice because I'm doing like probably 7 or 8 herb runs a day right now. My rule of thumb with herb seeds is if it's under 10, I don't do a herb run, just so I have enough in the bank for farming contracts. And then if it's above 10, I go ahead and use it. And then for the snapdragons and renars, I only plant them in the 3 patches that can't die. The most important thing is staying on top of your farming contracts. Whenever they're up, come back. So like when I wake up tomorrow, I'll come back and claim this magic contract. As long as you do that, you'll be perfectly fine on Herblore experience, and eventually you'll get enough herb seeds to get as high as you can. Like, the only real herb seed farming I've done is all my Toa kills. Apart from that, it's all been farming contracts. There is level 97 mining. In my AFK time, I've been just doing a little bit of amethyst, keep all my herby stuff in the inventory because I'm usually only here for like half an hour or something. But the amethyst dart stack is up to 11,000. So that's pretty nice. I think most of the way, at least 97 to 98, I'm still going to do darts. Wonder how many I'll get from that. And then 98 to 99, I might go back to arrows, but I have 50,000 arrows in the bank, so do I really need more? 93 Hunter. Hunter is now no longer my lowest skill, and that goes on to Prayer as my lowest skill. One thing that I can get done while I'm doing some Herbivore here is throwing in some alks. I have a lot of rune and dragon items that I've been storing up over the past little bit, and I just never got around to alking them. And primarily what I was doing before is I was doing alk agility with the already rooftop course. But now that I've learned the Hallowed Sepulchre, and that's probably going to be how I train to 99, maybe I'll do a little bit more arty course for some Marks of Grace, but I think the primary amount of experience I gain is going to be from Hallowed Sepulchre. So I don't imagine I'll have a lot of alk agility time. So this is a great opportunity for me to get through all my alks, or at least all my expensive alks. Like, I'm not going to sit here and alk some dragon javelin heads for like a 500 GP profit per, but I will alk all these sort of rune items and dragon items that will lead to a lot of GP. I have no idea how much GP I'm going to end up at the end of this. We'll see. Could be 10 mil, could be 15 mil, could be 5 mil. I have absolutely no clue, so it'll be a cool little surprise for me. That is 94 Hunter, about 750 hunts in. I'm almost done my elk stack. We're already up to 17 mil. Maybe it'll get up to 25. Alxo Completo. Looks like I ended up with 26.3 mil cash. And the full cash stack is now up to 54 million. It's about as high as it's been. I think right after CGO is up to 65 million. But this is the highest it's been since I got 99 construction, that's for sure. That is 1,000 herbivores caught. Still working away here. Almost up to 95 hunter. Definitely going to get that today. And this should be 99 herblore banked once I empty this herb sack here. We'll swap over to the Runelight sidebar and let me refresh the calculator here. And boom, level 99 herblore banked. I'm about 10k above it, but this interface is lying a little bit. Based on the fact that I have 0 wines, about 200 lilies of the sand, and 1,400 crushed nests, I'm not going to be able to use all of these herbs. So I think I'm still about, if I had to roughly guess, like 700, 800k experience away from 99. So we're probably going to be doing more herbivore all the way up to probably maybe 96, 97. One of those 2 levels to get 99 herblore banked, but I'm enjoying it. Over 1,000 kills and need to just keep on going. 96 hunter. I think I've got 1 more level in me, 1 million more experience to go. I should be able to get this within a day. Let's go! I just got a nice little friend. I got my Herbi at 1703. That is an insane pet to get. It's a 1 in 6,500 pet, and it's a probably like 60 per hour, I would say is my like average pet. Or my average kills per hour, so I'm probably getting this is probably like 110 hour pet on average, and I just got it at 1703. So thank you, game. I guess I can definitely stop at 97 hunter now. 230k experience to go. That is pet number 7 obtained, which is like pretty good because I have some really tough pets. I got the Wintertod pet. I have 2 Slayer pets in the Hell Puppy and Noon, and now I have the Herbi pet. And I also have Tankaroot, so I just need to get the rest of these skilling pets, and maybe one day 56 out of 56 will be mine. 97 Hunter. Let's go. 1790. This will be my 17th 96 hunt. And I think this is a good stopping point because 97 Hunter to 99 Hunter is about 2,000 Redwood Birdhouse runs, or not runs, but total birdhouses, so like 500 runs. And I think I'm in a position where, like, by the time I max, I'm going to get those 500 runs done. So any experience I'm gaining here is quote-unquote wasted time because I'm still going to be doing the birdhouse runs after 99 in order to get more bird's nests for more brews to do more PVM. It's something that's going to continue well after 99, kind of like how herb runs continued well after 99 hunter. During this process, I did pick up a lot of fossils. 43 medium, 31 large, 16 rare. I also picked up 70 small, but I'm not going to end up using these small fossils for prayer just because like the time to XP ratio is not good, but the others I think are worth it. I just have to go back to the volcanic mine. I now have a total of 3.1 million experience bank, but again, that includes the Torstals, Toadflax, and Dwarf Weeds that I won't be able to use. So I think I'm like down 1 million. So I should end up somewhere between like 98 to 99 Herblore, assuming I get all the secondaries. If I go to the Herblore tab, I've already started farming up a lot of the secondaries like these white berries, limpworts, and snapegrass. And potato cactus, I've just been doing them as I'm doing herb runs and birdhouse runs. Makes them take forever, but it really helps out. I'll still have to continue doing limpwort runs and like a couple more whiteberry runs. And I've finally gotten the motivation to make the menagerie in the house and upgrade it a little bit. I'm not going to go all the way to the top yet, but mahogany house should be enough. But when I get out of building mode here, think the pets should be able to roam around the house. Yep, here are all my pets. Yeah, Midnight, Phoenix, Rocky, Tango Root, Heron, and Herbi. I think I may have shown this off before, but the best way for me to, at least not including killing bosses, to get red spider eggs is through sardines, and specifically spidines in the Tower of Life. But the actual process of getting the sardines, I haven't shown this part, where you go to Fremnik, and as long as you have the Fremnik Easy Diary, you can deposit items with Pira the Seer. And it makes it super quick. It's so much better than buying it from Port Sarim and having to use the deposit box for Intrana. Instead, you just come here. I need to get about like 500 sardines, so it shouldn't be too bad. A short 2-hour stint later, I think I have all the red spider eggs I need. Yeah, up to 1550. That's definitely enough with some leftover. I think I'm probably not going to be doing spidines in the future. This might be a little sneak peek of what PVM content I'm doing next, but let's just say I'll have a lot of red spider eggs unless I spoon the drop I'm going for. But I think I'm basically ready to start herbloring. The only thing is the limpwort roots, but I'm okay just keeping some corn unfinished in the bank, and we'll keep farming up some limpworts. There are multiple ways to clean your herbs. You can either clean them manually, which is something I do whenever I farm the herbs. You can also use the degrime spell, which I'm currently doing. This only gives you half the experience that you normally get from cleaning it, but you can clean the entire inventory in one tick. And then the third option for cleaning herbs is Zahur over here. I think with the Desert Hard Diary done, he will clean all your herbs for 200 GP each. Now, I got a lot of herbs, and I save money every time I click the spell. Like, every time I click the spell, I'm saving myself 5,400 GP, and I'm also gaining a little bit of extra herblore experience. So, at least for me personally, I think this is my favorite way of dealing with grimy herbs. One interesting factoid is because I clean all the herbs that I farm myself, and I only keep the herbs that I get as drops as grimy, like noted drops as grimy, or like herbivore were all went in the herb sack. That means you can kind of see like what percentage of herbs came from farming and what came from not farming. Like I'm already through the Lantidimes, but here like Renards, like 50% were farming, 50% were PVM, which is interesting. Now, let's see what this part of the process is going to run me. I think it's going to be over 2 mil. Let's see. Yikes, that was 2.5 mil cash, which means I have about 12,000 potions in my inventory that I need to make. That's going to take me quite a while. And as we scroll down, apart from the limpworts, I should have enough of every secondary and a little bit left over. I'm going to be making Guam Tar, Marentil Tar, and Swamp Tar. This is not great XP, but it is AFK XP, as it takes quite a while to get through the inventory. So this is really good for me because I'm about to grab lunch, and that should give me enough time to get through the Guam, Marentil, and Terramins. You may be wondering exactly why I'm going through the effort of actually making this Guam Tar or the other Tars. And really, it's just because I want to maximize the amount of XP I have banked. I don't think this Guam Tar has any use for me if I ever need to do any Black Salamander-S stuff in the future. I can just get the highest level Tar. I don't care that it's considered valuable. I am dropping it on the ground, and we can move on to the Marentil Tar. And I got this Swamp Tar from Zulrah, so it's like lossless secondary. And I would much rather make the herbs this way than actually turning them into potions, because then I would have to go get more secondaries. The XP per hour for Terramin Tar seems to be about just under 100k. I did lose focus a little bit, so maybe you can say 100k. That puts it at like 1,800 herbs used per hour. I think 100k is probably like my barometer of where like it's worth it. I think if I were to go back, I might maybe not do the Guam Tar or the, what was it, Terramin Tar? Yeah. Or the Marentil Tar. I wouldn't have done those two just because the XP is lower, but for Terramin, it's enough, I think. Well, that worked out just perfectly. Have 300 swamp tar left, which I can save for the black salamander combat achievements. But I'm through the Guam, Terramins, and Marintils, and it's time to start making some potions. 97 Herblore. The XP rate's going a lot faster now that I'm making actual potions. Looking here on super defenses, I'm getting over 300k experience per hour. So I'm probably looking in the order of like 2100, 2200 potions per hour, I think. I'm also farming up some limpwort still. I got like 400, 500 to go, but I think by the time I get through all the potions, I should have the limpworts all farmed up. 98 Herblore! Last unlock for Herblore, and that is also total level 2250, meaning I am 27 levels away from max cape. So that's going to be a long 27 levels. You can look at the potion stacks now. Basically have the 300 Toadflax, 1000 Renars, and then the Hairlanders to go. So I think, yeah, probably 300k experience gained. Maybe... Actually, no, maybe like 400 or 500k more experience gained by the time I'm through everything. But we will see. And the Herblore is finito. I got up to 12.357 million experience. That means I'm 676k away. So just a couple thousand brews away. I have enough Toadflax and Dwarfweed to get me to 99, so I don't need to worry about farming up other herbs unless it's her actual potions. And if we look at the potion stack, they're all pretty good. I got nearly 3,000 staminas. I have 2,000 super combats, 1,200 ranging potions. I guess I didn't make a ranging potion, so I don't know why I'm talking about that. And then I haven't decanted the brews or the restores yet, so let me go do that. That's more like it. Look at this amount of brews and restores. Once we've added it to the tab, I have 2,000 restores, 1,100 prayer pots, and 2,200 brews. That'll last me for hopefully a long time. If I run out soon, I'll be very mad. I also have another 300 super energy 4s, which I can turn into staminas once I do some arty course. And a ton of super attacks if I ever want to go get more Blood Furies. But yeah, this has been a really cool episode. I got myself the Herbi pet doing the 1,700 or so herbivores, which got me enough experience to get my herblore level up to 98 and technically have 99 banked via herbs. I just need to go get myself a couple thousand nests and some wines, and then I'm good to go. This has been the return of the Old School Iron series after the League's hiatus. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm hopeful that the new episodes are going to be absolute bangers. We're reaching the end game. I hope you come along with me.